Hey guys, you join me on Christmas Eve. I think you'll be watching this potentially. So I hope you all have an amazing Christmas, or whenever you're watching this, I hope you're having an amazing day. I thought we could reflect because 2025 is right around the corner and there's a lot of pressure to reinvent yourself and for you to be this brand new person and kind of forget all the worries of 2024 and life's great and you know you're turning your life around, which is amazing and I love that motivation, but it's also very unrealistic. It's kind of like saying to someone who's depressed to just wake up one day and feel happy. Like, you can't just wake up on January 1st and your whole life change, but that is obviously the expectation of New Year's. And I thought I'd film this video just to show you the steps that I take when reflecting on a year and the start of a new one. I find the passing of time really weird and something I find really hard to deal with. Like, it's not like I can't think about it too much because it really stresses me out, and I feel like a lot of you watching that will also understand where I'm coming from and that it's really scary. So let's take you through my steps of reflecting on the year, what I want to come in 2025, goals, and thought we could do it together. So grab yourself a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, a snack, a meal, or just sit back and enjoy. So I am going to be talking a little bit about journaling as well. This is the bullet journal I use. I used to get a new one every year, but I would never fill them fully, so it was always just a waste of paper. So I'm about halfway. I've still got like a good chunk left, but this is been the start of 2025. Start of 2024, I put literally everything under the sun, stickers. I love my journal. But first step I'm going to take is reflecting on this year. Now, I don't usually do my reflection until after Christmas, so I'm not going to write anything down today, but I just thought it would be good to show you the steps. I usually do this around the 29th to the 30th, and then obviously New Year's from then on. I don't do it on New Year's Eve because it's just such a weird day. Like, it just, like, what do you mean there's another year's gone? Like, crazy. Anyway, so I will write down prompts in my book. So for example, I will get a blank page and I will write something like goodbye 2024, and I will write down all my highs, all my lows, my favorite memories. I will kind of just brain dump how I felt overall 2024, and then I will go a bit deeper into that and focus on what was working for me, what was bringing me energy, what was draining me. Do I need to make any life changes? What habits do I need to let go of? And I would do a massive prompt list. Yeah, I think the main one for me is, what are you not going to take into 2025? I think that's always the biggest concern. Not concern, like the biggest thing I need to think about is what was not serving me this year. Like, what do I need to change? This shouldn't take a whole year for you to change things in your life, but I do this monthly, so this is like a monthly thing for me. So I will look back on 2024 and see what was not serving me, which in my life right now, there's a lot of things that aren't serving me. I'm not in the best place mentally, and I haven't been for a while, so I have a lot of reflecting to do. This sounds so morbid. It's not, I promise. It's a good thing. It's a good thing, all this reflection, but I have a lot to think about and a lot of big changes I need to make in my life, and I'm gonna write it all down. So I want you to start with writing all your good things, all your bad things, and working through that, and really kind of pinpoint certain points of each month that have really worked well for you or have really not worked well for you. And I think sometimes there are very standout things, and sometimes we don't want to admit them to ourselves, and I think that's the most important thing about this big reflection on the year, is admitting things that we don't want to ourselves, especially about just certain things that, you know, you, like, I don't even know an example. I think admitting to yourself things is the hardest step of all, but also the step you need to take the most. I don't really know what I'm saying. Just be honest with yourself, okay? Because otherwise you're not going to make any changes, and if nothing changes, nothing changes. I also always make goals at the start of this year. I always make 3 big ones for the whole year, then I'll make maybe 3 smaller ones that I want to implement into each month, and they can change monthly. One of my big goals for this year was to hit 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, which we did. We're at like 7,500, guys. Like, can't believe the community's grown this much. We are slaying it. I'm so glad you're enjoying the videos, and I feel like I'm being a lot more honest and open on my channel, which is really scary, but also the amount of nice messages I've received is crazy. Like, I actually love you all so much. Like, I just love you all. Like, you're all just amazing, and I feel like we've got such a nice community here. Anyway, bit of a tangent, but yeah, that was one of my main goals, and I'm really happy that I ticked that off. And some goals I didn't tick off, and I think there's so much pressure on, oh my god, you didn't complete this goal, you didn't complete that goal, like your year is ruined, this, that and the other. No, it's okay, just bring it into the next year. And I think making realistic goals is really important. So once I reflected on the goals I've done and ones I've achieved, ones I've not achieved, I will not dwell on the ones I've not achieved. I will just work through, how have I not achieved that, and what can I do to maybe achieve that in 2025, or if that goal isn't very relevant to my life anymore. And sometimes that your goals can change. So after I've reflected on that, I will go and write down my goals of 2025. Again, 3 big ones and 3 small ones. Small ones in terms of just like, I want to read more books, do more journaling, less screen time, like little things like that. And then the bigger goals be like, go to this place, or, you know, just bigger goals like hit 10,000 subscribers or something like that. That will last over the year, if that makes sense. I will then also reflect on what I want to bring into 2025. So what are my intentions for the year? I usually give myself a word at the start of each year, and I kind of always have that in the back of my mind. Can't remember what my one for this year was. My mind is such a fog in the past few months, guys. Like, I can't even say, like, can't even think. I think my word this year was carefree or independence, one of those. And I definitely feel like I did do that. And I'm a very independent person anyway. I always have been from a young age. I don't really know what I want my word for next year to be. I think something about putting myself first and prioritizing myself, but I need to think of a good word. And I will write down why I've chosen that word and just kind of journal a little bit about that. Anyway, on to a bit more like nicer things to reflect on. I like to reflect on my best memories of 2024. What have I learned? Like, what I've learned so much this year about myself, about people, about my family. Like, it's been such an amazing year. I've gone to new countries. Like, it's been amazing. But I've also had one of the worst years of my life. Life works in mysterious ways, and I think it's so much easier to focus on the negatives, which is something I definitely do, and that's something I need to change about myself, and focus on the positives. I don't want to look back at this year and think, oh, this was a bad year. I want to look back and think, oh, you went on so many amazing things, you met so many amazing people. And what have I learned from 2024 that I can take into 2025? Like, I learned that I love traveling. I learned that changing my environment is so important, and that environment is everything. I can't rely on people. I've learned so much this year, and I feel so grateful to have learned that, and I'm just waffling right now. Once I've done that, I will then kind of, just set my intentions for the year and not put too much pressure on it. I definitely think going into the new year, in the past years, I've been like, okay, no phone before bed, like you're just reading, you need to drink 2 litres of water a day, you need to work out, and that's so overwhelming when you haven't been doing that. To just start on like January 1st, when most people are hungover anyway. Like, just enjoy your new year, like life's too short. I think just being easy with myself is an approach I'm going to take this year. I put so much pressure on myself all the time. I can't sit still, I can't do anything, and that's something that has to change in my life because it's not serving me. And it could just be little things like that which could be the biggest issue in your life. This is just your reminder that in the new year you can take it step by step. You don't have to have your whole life figured out just because the date has changed. It doesn't matter. It's so unrealistic, and it'll be nice to know in like maybe 6 months time, just reflect and see how you're doing and see how those intentions that you made at the start of the year are serving you. And if they're not serving you, that is fine. If you need to change your goals, that's also fine, because your life might have taken a completely different direction. Mine is going to, I think it needs to. Yeah, some big life changes I'm contemplating, but my biggest one right now is my well-being and my mental well-being. And this is never something I thought I'd talk about on the internet, but it's been so rewarding since I have opened up about it. I think a lot of people feel like this as well, but I feel guilty for putting my well-being before anything else, because I'm like, I've got other priorities. But after speaking, with family, they're like, your well-being is the most important thing, and that's what I'm learning, is to put myself first, because I put everyone before my own needs, and that has literally killed me. So that's definitely something that you need to remember going into this year, is that as much as it is important of looking after family and friends and all of that, you are your main priority. And if you are not okay, then you can't take care of anyone else, because you need to make sure that you're okay. I'm so bad at talking about these things. And then going on from that, I will set mini intentions for each month. So I will do a reflection on each month, just like we're doing now. Obviously this is a bit bigger because we're doing the entire year. I will set what's been working for me that month. Have I met anyone new that's changed my life? What have I learned? And just very similar to what we've been doing, but every single month, just to reiterate that constantly in your head, because I think everyone's like, oh, I'm going to journal at the start of the year and then never do it again, which I did. I would just journal at the start of the year with the intention of journaling throughout the year, and then I wouldn't. And this is the first year I've done it throughout the whole year, and it's changed my life, genuinely. Journaling is literally the best thing you can do for yourself, and setting different intentions each month and changes in your life is really important. And it's also really fun to look back on and like reflect. Like, I have so much to look back on. Like, this is when I went on my Italy trip. So much to look back on. It's just like, wow. And then obviously this journal will then go in my memory box. This is my first ever brand deal from The Ordinary, and I was like, oh my god, this is so exciting. I've got my girls trip. Like, I have just so many amazing memories. And I went to my first ever event. I met some really cool people. Like, it's really important. And it's also nice to look back on, and I'll put this in my memory box. Sorry, I feel like this video has kind of been all over the place, but that's just kind of my advice going into the new year. And just be gentle with yourself, and please don't put too much pressure on yourself, because I promise you it's not that deep. You do not need to have your life figured out in 24 hours overnight. You're going to be stressed, and it's just going to be, just remember to take it easy. Don't compare yourself to what anyone else is doing, because they're all probably feeling just stressed starting with the new year. And just enjoy it. Enjoy that you made it out another year, and you should be so proud of yourself for making it through another year with all your challenges that I'm sure you faced, and just be so proud of yourself. Like, yeah, you made it through another year. How amazing. How amazing. And you're gonna start a brand new one. How exciting is that? And it's gonna be filled with so many memories and so many lessons, and enjoy the new year. Just don't put any pressure on yourself, okay? And as always, my DMs are always open. We always chat. I love chatting with you guys. I don't actually know where I got this journal from. I was gonna say, if you want to get this journal, I think I got it, my mum got it for me last Christmas. I'm not sure where you can get it from. I think this is from, if you live in the UK, there's a place called, oh no, it's called Utility. They do really good journals if you want a nice journal. Obviously Amazon do great ones as well. And I always use the Muji pens in my pencil case. If anyone wants to know. Thank you so much for watching, as always, and thank you for all your support this year. You've literally changed my life, and you're making me love YouTube even more every single day. But I love you all with my entire heart. I wish I could give you a big cuddle, but it's going to be okay. I'm just going to drill it into your head. Whatever you're going through, I'm going through so much right now. I'm sure many of you are as well. It's going to be okay, even though it feels like it's not. It feels like the world is literally going to end for me right now, and I know it's not. And I just need to take it day by day, take it step by step, and write it together. You know what? It's going to be fine. Take care of yourself, and always message me. Bye.